Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from High Branch Brewing Company out of Concord, North Carolina. So I have done reviews of other variants of this beer. It's called Little Man Tate. It's their fruited Gose. It said on their website that this was the original one, which makes sense because all the other ones just say Gose with fruit. This one specifically says what fruit is on it, so I'm guessing they already had this label approved before. But they must have done it before I moved down here because I haven't had this one before. But this one has raspberries, blackberries, and cherries, which sounds like a good combination. And like I said, it's a Gose style, and it is 5.7 ABV, so crack it open and see what we got. The other ones I've had in this series have all been pretty good, so, you know, at least for this realm of, like, super fruited kettle sours. So, as you can see, that pours a beautiful color. It's really, really dark pink, or dark pinkish to red, or it's somewhere like in the middle of red, pink, and purple, if that makes sense. With a really small pinkish white head that dissipated really quickly. That is a lot of fruit. I would say blackberry and raspberry is the predominant aroma. It's definitely more in the forefront than the cherry, which makes sense because those are generally more aromatic than cherry. Anyways, not that cherry isn't aromatic. Smell a creek or something like that. But to me, if someone said, "Smell this, what fruits do you think are in it?" I would probably pick out raspberry. Raspberry, blackberry was definitely what I would say. And there's really not like any beer aroma to this at all. I mean, it is straight juice. So if that's what you're looking for, that's what you got. So, it is very, very fruit forward up front. It's actually less tart than the other ones that I've had, which is interesting because blackberry and raspberry are definitely pretty tart if you have the right variations of them. This one doesn't seem nearly as tart as some of the other ones they've made, which to me is actually a good thing. And the fruit is like really, really present, but it's not tart. It's not very tart, but it's also not very sweet, which is good. It kind of reminds me of like a more juicy version of the Faunaflora fruited saisons because it's not super tart or super sweet. It's just the big essence of fruit, but this one is more sweet and more tart than those are because those are incredibly dry. But this is still less sweet and less tart than most of these that breweries are making nowadays. And it does finish with a little bit of a grainy character, but it's pretty mild. It's still pretty much fruit all the way through. It's interesting too because I'm definitely getting more cherry in the taste than I was in the aroma. I would say to me the taste is more like cherry raspberry, and the blackberries kind of playing is in the back seat on the taste. The aroma is a little different, but either way, it really is. I mean, it's almost straight fruit. Not nearly to the point of the answer cans, because it still kind of tastes like beer a little bit, and it's not as sweet as those are. So it's definitely juicy, but not to the extreme where I'm like, this is literally has no beer qualities at all. It's ridiculous. So I do think this is pretty good. To be honest, this might be my favorite of all the ones that I've had. It's just the peach raspberry one was really interesting because that's kind of like two really different fruits. But I think these fruits go together better, and it just makes more sense in a more comprehensive drink. So I think this was like $16 a can. It was pretty standard. Not a can. $16 for a 4-pack. $4 a can, which is pretty standard for this type of thing. But I would buy this again, specifically above, I think, most of the other ones of this series that they've done. This one's pretty nice. But I think that's all I got on this one. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.